Welcome to DIY Design by CCW, DIY Design for the 21st Century. My name is Candy and I'm the host of this channel. Now let's get into this video. Hello there everyone, welcome back to DIY Design by CCW, and I thank you so much for tuning in, and if you're new here, welcome. Today, as you can see, I'm jumping right into another DIY. Now this first DIY is going to be another mirror tray. I decided I needed a different one to go with some of my decor, so that's what I'm doing. I have two 12-inch mirrors, and both of them come from, I was going to say E. Favor Mart, but no, they come from Joann Fabric, and I'm going to glue them together. But before I do that, what you saw me do at the beginning is trace out two pieces of cake board that I'm going to put in the middle of the two mirrors, just to give my mirror a little more substance and little thickness, little strength, that kind of thing. So real simple, I just traced them out, cut them, I glued each section together, and then I glued a mirror on the back of each. Now, many times when I do this, I will only have a mirror on top, but a lot of times, because I like to layer my looks and I might put this mirror on top of another mirror, I decided to use two mirrors instead of one. Now, what you see me doing is I am adding a little bit of glitter paper around the trim of the mirror. Now, I'm going to add some glitter wrap, a couple of layers actually, but I wanted to do this with the glitter paper to sort of hide, you know, the center of the mirror, which is the cake boards, before I added my glitter wrap, so that I could give it a little more flush surface to adhere to. So now you see me adding the first row of glitter wrap, which is silver, and it's just plain, I keep saying glitter wrap, guys, and I mean bling wrap, sorry. Now I'm adding a second row, because for this particular look, I'm looking for gold and silver. I have a lot of gold and silver in my home. I love mixing those two, so I wanted something gold and silver, and so that's what I'm doing. I put the regular silver bling wrap on the bottom, and now I'm just adding a row of the fancier gold bling wrap. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I am assembling the legs that I want to use on my mirror. Now, I know I could have gone and bought some of the Glam or the Bling knobs and use those, or maybe use some crystals, but I like putting mine together. And what I'm doing is and plus I save a little bit of money this way too. What you see me doing is I have some of the Dollar Tree blocks. You get a big bag of those for $1, and I've got 4 of them together so that I can get the thickness that I want. I basically hot glued them, and now I'm adding, just like I did with the mirror, some of the silver glitter paper, and then I'm going to add a layer of the gold, and the gold bling wrap, that is, and I'll put a piece on the bottom and a piece of the glitter paper on the bottom, and I'll make 4 of these. And like I said, when I add the gold, that's going to match the mirror. And hey, for spending a few pennies, I have some beautiful legs. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now, this glitter paper is really, really cheap. They probably have it at Walmart. They may for sure have it at Dollar Tree. I buy mine from Joann Fabrics because I just like the quality of it. It's $1.40. I always have a coupon. Actually, the smaller sheets are only 99¢. So that's what I'll be doing for the next few frames, just putting together the legs for my mirror. All right, so now that I have glued the legs on and you saw how that was done, really, really simple, I'm going to lay out the crystals and the rhinestones that I want to use on my mirror. Now, certainly didn't have to do it. The mirror was pretty enough, I think, by itself. But guys, if you know this channel and you know me, I'm Glam and I'm always a little bit extra. So I am using some crystals and some gems, and I'm laying out a pattern. Now, I used to not do this where I would just start gluing things on, but I have learned the hard way that you need to do a pattern. Make sure that you have enough of whatever it is to create the look you want, and just, lay it out so that it goes on the way you want it. Now, once I do this, I will go ahead and glue the gems on. Now, I've jumped right into the next DIY, and we'll come back to the mirror. You'll see that in the reveal. So this next DIY, this is a thrifted item. So went to the thrift store, and I found this beautiful little candy dish. I think it was like 75 cents. I think it's a candy dish. I think that's what it is. And all I'm going to do is jazz it up. Now, it's certainly pretty enough all on its own. I could have brought this thing home, cleaned it up, left it exactly like it is. But again, on my channel, I'm always team too much. So I'm going to snazz it up a little bit. Now, for today's theme, I'm sticking with that gold and silver. So what I'm going to do for this is take some gold and silver bling wrap, and I'm going to go all the way around the top with my design. And I'll come back in a little bit when we start on the next step. All right, guys, so I've gone all the way around the top and completed my gold and silver design. And again, that was just using alternating normal bling wrap, gold and silver in a pattern. Now what you see me doing is dressing up the knob. And I'm apologizing to you ahead of time because I did it again. I stood up while I was doing this, so I think I'm just a little bit too high. and maybe you can't see everything I'm doing here, but I hope you can see enough. What I'm using is the Mod Podge satin rather than the gloss that I normally use, and I'm just painting the knob with it, and then I'm just sprinkling on some of my diamond dots. You guys know by now, if you watch this channel, I absolutely love these diamond dots, and they are the diamond dots. I believe they're number 7001, and they're gold. They have the gold backing on them. So again, I apologize, guys. I have to remember my angles, and it was so much easier to stand up and do this, but I should have remembered to raise the camera. So now what I'm going to do is just do the same pattern on the bottom as far as the gold and the silver. Gonna cut up again some strips of bling wrap and do the same thing, following the same pattern so that when I place the lid, everything's gonna look uniform. And then after this, I do have one more DIY for you, just a really easy, quick DIY. So I'll be back. All right, guys, so we're jumping right into the last DIY. Now, this one is really quick, really easy. Basically, I found this beautiful crystal candle holder and base. Well, they weren't together, but I'm going to put them together in the thrift shop. Guys, I think I got all of these pieces for probably less than $2. And I'm just basically going to take some of the Mod Podge using the satin, still the satin finish, and I'm pasting it around the bottom of the candle holder. And now I'm putting a mix of the seed beads and rhinestones, rather the diamond dots, which are miniature rhinestones. And if you follow the channel, you've seen me do this before. And if you're new to the channel, again, really easy. Seed beads, I pick them up from Joann Fabrics, and I get the diamond dots from Joann Fabrics as well. Now, once I've done that, I'm going to glue the base and the top part together, and we'll see how it looks. And I may do a little something else before the big reveal, but we'll see. All right, guys, hang on, because after this will be the big reveal. All right, everyone, this is how the new DIYs turned out. I really, really like them. I hope that you do too. there's a close-up of the smaller candle, and there's a close-up of my new gold and silver candy dish. Now let's take a closer look at everything, starting with the mirror. You know what? This is probably my favorite mirror that I've done so far. Probably the gold and the silver is what it is, and it's really over the top glam with all the rhinestones and the crystals, but I just love it. And of course, I'm showing it with some other DIYs. This was a vase that I just did recently. That vase is a dupe of a silver vase that I did that was very similar. Now we're taking a little closer look at the crystal candle holder. Again, I just added a little something to it. I thought it was really pretty already. Didn't need to do much, but of course it's me. I have to do something. Now here in the back, I know you've seen these before if you follow the channel, but I couldn't help but bring them out again because they match the mirror so perfectly. Now again, this is a hurricane. If you haven't seen it before, this is a hurricane. As you can see, the outer part just kind of slides over. And guys, I found the hurricane part for $1. It was on clearance at Michael's rather, and the cylinders were thrifted, and the bases, as you can see, I made very similar to this mirror. And again, they're probably two of my favorite pieces because I love gold and silver together. Now there's another close-up of the candy dish, and I can't wait to use that. That's really going to go well in my living room since I'm always blending gold and silver. So guys, I just first of all want to thank you so much for watching, and if you stayed with the video to this point, I really appreciate it. If you're not a member of the channel, I really hope you'll subscribe today. I love to do this, love doing these DIYs, and I'll try to upload at least 2 videos a week, sometimes more, but no less than 2. So again, I hope you'll subscribe, tap the notification bell at least 2 times, because I would really love to have you be a member of the family. And for those of you that are already family members, I thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate you. Now guys, like I like to say at the end of every single video, I can't wait to see you, each and every one of you, in the next video. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day or a wonderful night. Bye-bye.